On May 15th, Warhorse Studios is going to be releasing the first DLC for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 called Brushes with Death. And in addition to this, they're going to be releasing a free update. With this update including even more content and gameplay options, as well as addressing some of the biggest and probably my biggest pain point of the game as a whole. Now, just to preface, this is going to be the smallest of the 3 planned Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 DLCs. And that's because this was getting made in tandem with them fixing a lot of the bugs after launch, them adding the barbershop with different hairstyles, the gigantic and highly anticipated hardcore mode. But there's still a lot to be excited about here, specifically with the DLC, which we'll start off with. In this DLC, you're going to be going through a questline following a new painter called Votia. And he's supposed to be an artist that has a very strange past that I'm guessing we will discover throughout this questline. On top of that, he has an obsession with his art and seemingly an obsession with death that is going to come into play hopefully in this questline as well. Now, what's great about this is if you are just starting the game for the first time or you're starting a new playthrough and you want to go straight to this DLC, you can do that. Right after the prologue and the entry to the game, you can start on this questline with Votia. We also know that this questline is going to span across both of the in-game maps. So theoretically, right at the start of the game, you could go to Kuttenberg and potentially even Trotsky Castle, as I believe the questline goes there as well. Now, in addition, Votia is going to give the character Henry customization options for his shield by visiting different places in the world or completing different quests throughout the game. If you've already played or beaten the game, you probably have a lot of these already unlocked. And with these customization options, you can use them to add different patterns, different colors, or different emblems onto your shield. And that's pretty much the extent of the DLC that we know right now, but as I mentioned, this is going to be a lot smaller in scale than the other planned DLCs in the future that are going to be releasing for this game. That is not all that is coming on May 15th. As I mentioned, there is also a free update that's going to be releasing concurrently to the DLC. And with this free update, they are adding a lot here, both in terms of content, as well as gameplay improvements to the most important parts of the game that need them. Starting off with the content, we're going to be getting 2 different types of horse racing, which I'm very excited about because this is going to be repeatable. It's not going to just be some of the horse races that you might have done in the campaign or different quest lines. Now, the first type of horse racing is just going to be the standard version. But the second type of horse racing is actually going to incorporate targets and archery. So while you're on this track or while you're on this race, you are going to be needing to shoot these different targets throughout. And in true Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 fashion, they didn't just add these as an option for one of the characters in the game and then you go and take part in it. There's actually a quest line here where you have to decide which type of horse racing is actually the best one, and I love that. This is also going to be a great way to level up both horsemanship and archery. Now, moving on to, in my opinion, the most exciting part about this free update, balance changes, specifically in the second half of the game and in the second map. Now, in my review of the game, the biggest problem that I had with it was how easy the game was in the second half. You get to Kuttenberg and you're expecting all of the stuff you did in the first map to kind of culminate into a much harder second area in the game. But what ends up happening is you just steamroll through everything. You get the gear extremely fast from a merchant or just from killing different enemies in that second map that drop very consistently some of the best gear in the game, and you keep moving forward and you beat the game without any real problems. It's a bummer because you just out-level and outscale the hell out of this game so fast. Now, of course, some of the hardcore perks that they added to the game do address some of these things, but this update for the core game is going to address them head on. Starting off with the first thing, that is the merchants. Specifically within Kuttenberg, they are going to be having a lot more money on their person, so you can sell more than 1 or 2 items to them before they run out of money, which is incredibly amazing in my opinion. Also, in the first map, they will have more money, just not even close to as much as they're going to have in Kuttenberg, which makes sense. But in addition to this, the items that they have are also going to be a lot more expensive. So this is going to ward off some people just going to those merchants and having enough money after the first map to buy a full set of pretty much the best gear in the game. Now, obviously, players will be able to do this, but it's going to feel more earned, and not being able to do this hopefully immediately when you go into that second map, so you just clean through the whole thing. Now, obviously, they didn't only make just changes to the merchants here, they also made core changes to the enemies in Kuttenberg and balancing changes to the combat here because these enemies are going to be much harder than they were previously. Their weapons are going to hit harder, their attacks are going to get harder, and they're going to be able to take a lot more hits. In addition to this, if you do kill these enemies and you loot them, it's going to be a lot lower chance of them dropping some of the best and highest tier armor in the entire game. Now, I don't know the extent of what this change is going to feel like until I actually play the game, but on paper, it's an incredible change. And for new players coming into the game, I think it is going to solve, or at least make better, that big pain point of being too overpowered too early, getting to the second map and just cleaning through it immediately. And that wraps up pretty much everything that's going to be coming here with the free update, as well as the DLC that's going to be coming as well on May 15th. But there's a lot to be excited about outside of this for the future of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 as well. As I mentioned, there's going to be 2 bigger DLCs that are still slated to release after this one. They also are looking at adding some things into the game that the community really wants, like camping and fishing, or even jousting, which they did say was going to be hard to add, but they're going to do their best to see if that's something they can add into the game. They also did touch on the biggest community feedback people had for things to be added into the game, which is church interiors. And they said, stay tuned for DLC 3. Those people that want church interiors, like in the first game, are going to be very excited for that one. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know down below, are you still playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Did you play the hardcore mode? And are you excited for this new free update and for the first DLC to come out? I definitely know I am, and I'm really excited specifically for those rebalancing changes into the second part of the map. I think it's going to feel a little bit more scary to finally go into that second part of the map within the campaign and see what Kuttenberg is like and explore Trotsky Castle for the first time. I cannot wait. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. For anybody that's new to this channel, please like and subscribe if you did like what you see here. And for my returning viewers, I do apologize for no videos over the past 3 days or so. I was preparing for a job interview that happened yesterday for a new full-time opportunity for me, so that was kind of where my focus was. Super anxious and nervous about it, so that's kind of what I've been doing. I appreciate you guys for the support regardless. I've been trying to post more shorts and things like that as well out about the channel for different reaction videos or different videos in general that I put out. But regardless, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel as always. Please like the video if you like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!